Yo, what up? It's Big Brandon Carter, BBC. The question I've been getting lately is, yo, when you're cutting up, you know, a lot of people cutting up because it's getting warm out here. Temperature's starting to rise a little bit. How do you cut up and still maintain muscle mass? So there's a few things you can do to help maintain muscle mass while you're keeping your body in caloric restriction in order to burn fat. One thing you can do is not do steady state cardio. Don't do steady state cardio for long periods of time. What I do is I do HIIT cardio, man. You can look at the difference between a distance runner and a fucking sprinter. Just look at them, right? Who's more muscular? Who's more ripped, right? HIIT cardio, it can consist of sprinting. So I just go outside, I run some sprints, man. I have some videos on my HIIT cardio, my sprinting HIIT cardio. I'll post them in the link in the description. I do HIIT cardio instead of like fucking long drawn out cardio. Because that long drawn out cardio, sometimes it has a tendency to burn off muscle mass as well as fat. Just look at any marathon runner. Just look at any marathon runner. I dare you to find one that's swole. And I dare you to find a motherfucking sprinter that's not jacked, a professional sprinter that's not fucking jacked. You know, his job is HIIT cardio, and they're all ripped and they're all muscular. So that's one. Do HIIT cardio, preferably sprints. All right. Number two, lift heavy, man. Keep lifting heavy while you're fucking in a caloric restriction. Make the mistake of going light and going for high reps when they're fucking cutting. And I think that's a mistake, man. And I personally believe, and this is what works for me and a lot of the people I've trained, is you lift heavy, man. Lift heavy, still go to failure, all that shit. You have to let your body know that it still requires muscle. You have to give it incentive to retain the muscle that you've already built. You have to let them know that, you have to let your body know that muscle is still required of it. And you do that by fucking lifting heavy. And number three, probably most importantly, man, is to fucking eat a lot of protein. I mean, you should be eating a lot of protein anyway, but like, keep eating a lot of protein. Keep your protein high. That'll help you retain a lot of the muscle mass that you put on while you're cutting. Other things, man, just if you're keeping a log, you should be keeping a training log. You should be keeping track of your measurements and everything. If you look like you're losing too much muscle, take your foot off the gas, you know. Like, don't restrict your calories so much, you know. It's like driving. When you're driving straight down the road, you're not really just keeping the wheel straight. You're making little adjustments all the way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just making little adjustments. It looks like you're going straight, but if you look at your steering wheel, you're probably just making little adjustments the whole time. And it's the same way with like your dieting, man. You just want to keep track of everything in your log, keep track of the results you're getting, and then make adjustments accordingly, man. I mean, it's wildly important. I have a fucking video on how to keep a training log. It's in the description. I think it's one of the most important things you can do to accomplish your fitness goals. I've never seen anybody accomplish extraordinary results in fitness without keeping a detailed training log. I mean, maybe it's happened somewhere, some corner of the world. I'm sure it's happened, all right? But I ain't never seen that shit. And I've been working in the fitness industry for over 10 years. I've worked in some of the fucking biggest clubs in New York. You know, I've been doing this shit for a long time, bro. And I ain't never seen nobody make serious progress without keeping the training log. I've seen people make mediocre progress, you know, without a log. Sure, you know. I've seen people make noob gains without a log, but I've never seen anybody fucking do anything extraordinary fitness-wise without a training log. I just never seen it. Maybe it can happen, but I think if you're not keeping a training log, you're just not serious about this shit. You should stop watching these videos, personally. That's my stance on it. But, you know, you can do whatever works for you. Oh, one thing I want to say about muscle loss. When you're in a caloric restricted phase, your glycogen reserves are going to get burnt out, right? Your muscle is actually going to lose glycogen, and they will look less full. All right, people think, oh no, I'm losing too much muscle, and they start panicking. But it might just be that your muscles are flat because the glycogen has been depleted, and you've done that intentionally. You need to do that to burn fat. Reserves are depleted, your muscles look a little flat, and you don't panic, man. That's part of it. That's part of it. Once you stop cutting, and you start eating at a maintenance stage, then your glycogen reserves will fill up, your muscles will fill up, you know. And then you'll start looking swole again, you know what I'm saying? So don't panic. Don't fucking panic, all right? I hope that helps. You know, that's the shit that works for me. That's the shit that works for the people I've trained, and I hope it works for you. If you have any other tips for keeping muscle while you cut, please leave them in the comments. I would very much like to hear what's working for you. You know, what's working for you guys at home. All right? Hope that helps.